Good morning, Kitchen Witches. This is your tarot and menu inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor-in-chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine. We're going to pick one card, and that is going to be everything we need for the day. So let's shuffle and see what we've got. Oops, did it wrong. There we go. Not the best at this. There we go. That's good. You know, there's no right way to shuffle the tarot cards. There really isn't. People might say there is, but there's not. It's your intention, right? It's your intention of what you are thinking of that puts the life into the cards, not the shuffling. The shuffling is just making sure you're not pulling the same cards over and over again, which may happen anyway, no matter how much you shuffle, because those cards keep coming to you for a reason, right? So anyway, just putting that out there because I'm a really bad shuffler. Right. What is the card of the day? It is, Judgment. A major arcana, Judgment. And, might I add, it is number 20, and we have 21 major arcanas. So it is the card prior to the world, which is the last card, right? And then the journey starts all over again. So Judgment is it's a great card because it's all about resurrection, right? It's all about, we've been through the wars, and now we're starting to feel, the best way that I could put it is sometimes you go through the motions, and sometimes you do things where you feel you may or may not have the resources or talents for it, but you do them, and people may even think that you do them really well. But it's until you realize that you do that thing well. That's a judgment moment, because you're realizing for the first time that what everybody knows is true, right? You may think that it's an imposter moment because maybe you didn't go to school for it, right? And there's people that have worked really hard and gone through, school, like chefing, right? I mean, I never went to culinary school. I was self-taught. But that doesn't mean that I'm a terrible chef, right? I made a career of it, and I'm now turning it into this. So, but there are many people that spent their life savings going to culinary school, right? And working in the trenches, working in those restaurants for godless amounts of hours, and holidays and weekends, and never seeing their family. And then attaining the chef status. So I'm not taking that away from anybody, but it took me a long time to come to the realization that that's one way of doing it. I just took an alternative path, and that's okay. So that was a judgment moment for me, because I wasn't feeling like I was under pretense anymore. I actually felt confident, right? Took years, but I feel confident, and I could rub elbows with the best of them if I really needed to, right? So that's a judgment card. It's the angel blowing the horn loud enough so you can finally hear it, because you might have not heard it before, or you might have not seen it before, how you can shine in any way, shape, or form. You can do something that you've never done before, and do it for a while thinking, I'm just doing this to pay the bills. But then you realize, you know what, I'm really good at this. And this could be something. Judgment moment. It's an awakening. So as depicted in this card, you'll see the little people coming out of their coffins, right? A coffin is, in this card, it's symbolic of being society, weighing us down, right? It's all the things that we've been taught that have been askewed, the information has been askewed so that we're left here while someone else is left here. And we come to a realization that that's not going to work anymore. So it's a really interesting card, and it can be placed in many, many different scenarios. We could bring it into political situation. We could bring it into a day-to-day activity or a life skill, like I used as an example myself. But it's a major arcana. So when it happens, it's like your eyes have been closed for so long on something, and then all of a sudden something sparks you to open them and see clearly for the first time. And then from there, what happens? It's up to you, right? You now have the knowledge, you can't go back. So judgment, that's what that is, right? It's an awakening. It's a coming, it's a following the call of the trumpet, right? And it's the universe that makes the trumpet aware to you. Or it could be, in somebody's conversation, you hear something for the first time and you're like, oh, whoa, that changes everything, right? It could be that small. Or momentous, like, learning you've been lied to for years, and then finally getting a realization of the truth, right? That happens too. There's just so much that this card could come into your vision with. So whatever it is, it's there for a reason. It's there to wake you up so that you don't not know anymore. You now know, and now you can make your decisions on that new information, or that information that's been there for a long time, you just never saw it. Heavy stuff. It's a major arcana. But do know that it's one card before the world when we get a chance to dance. So yeah, it could be what you've traveled this whole journey for, to get that realization of whatever that is, right? It's the fool's journey, one step from being completed. So it's pretty big stuff. So bringing that into the kitchen, let's see what it'll cook for us. It wants to resurrect old favorites, of course, right? So bring those old back of the cereal box recipes out, and with all their glory, make them over again. So for breakfast, deviled eggs. When's the last time you had one? So easy to make. You're gonna put your eggs into vastly boiling water. Cold eggs, drop them in, don't drop them of course, but you're going to put them into a slotted spoon and gently put them into the vigorously boiling water, just water. And you're gonna set your timer for 12 minutes and turn your heat down a little so it doesn't boil over. And then when they come out, you're gonna put them either into an ice bath or immediately pour off all the hot water and keep adding cold water until your eggs stop cooking, right? You want them to be in the water and not feel hot. So that's happening. Put them off to the side. While they're cooling down, you are going to make up your deviled egg sauce. So a simple, generic, ready deviled egg. I mean, you can do any cuisine-esque egg, right? It doesn't need to be the traditional, but we're going traditional because we're resurrecting it, right? We're bringing it back. So it's mayonnaise, a little pickle juice and or relish. It's got, let's see, a little red, right? So that's ketchup, maybe. Turn it like a little pink. egg yolks. Of course, you're taking them out of the eggs and adding it into this, this cream that you're making with the mayonnaise, the pickle juice, ketchup, I think. And yeah, and you just mix all that together, and then you put it back into the white of the egg. Stand it up, a little chive on top, deviled eggs. That's it. Like I said, you can add, in place of ketchup, you could do sriracha, make them a little spicy. Runs the gamut. These days, everybody's done deviled eggs upways and sideways. So get yourself a recipe you really like and try them again, right? They're classic for a reason. Lunch. How about a tuna noodle casserole? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to date myself, but the wife of Welcome Back Kotter, right? Julie, she used to make a tuna noodle casserole and bring it to the classroom, and everybody would roll their eyes and be like, ew. But it was the only thing she knew how to make. And that was the 70s. So tuna noodle casserole, let's bring it back in all its glory. You can do it with fresh tuna. You just need to sear it or bake it, right, so that it's cooked. Or you can just use a can of tuna fish, right? You got your egg noodles. You got your custard that's going to go over it. So it's usually milk with eggs, and you can season it up in any way, usually a little garlic powder, onion powder, paprika if you like. And you're making the custard that will go over the cooked noodles tossed with the tuna, and it bakes until it's creamy and gorgeous. And yeah, tuna noodle casserole. Couldn't be easier. If you want a little crunch on top, you could do a panko crust, right? Little panko, parsley, olive oil, sea salt. Sprinkle that on top before it bakes. Why not? Try it. Tuna noodle casserole. For dinner, we're bringing back fondue. Fondue. Love fondue. And in the winter, it's so fun. I mean, it's fun in the summer, too. You can use all the summer fruits. You can do apple, you can do cherries, you know. You can do a chocolate fondue, right? Doesn't matter, but fondue. So I'm thinking the savory one. You're going to put, I think it's a little bit of broth on the stove, which then gets the cheese and a little milk, cream, what have you. And you make it to, it's a delectable, you know, pull that just goes on forever, right, from the pot. It's got to stay warm. That's the only issue with serving a fondue, is from the stovetop, it's got to stay warm. Otherwise, it starts to, you can't dip things in it. It starts to cool down. So get yourself a little candle or a sterno or something that keeps it warm off the stovetop on the table. And then you can put whatever you want around it. You could do little toast cubes. You can do the fruit, like I said. You could do steak or shrimp, chicken. Yeah, I mean, fondue, right? Get a recipe online. Delicious, really good. And resurrecting an old favorite. So that's it. That is our card of the day. And before you go, I just want to remind you that you can check out a Chef's Grimoire magazine in hard copy like this, or digitally. And it's all at chefsgrimoire.com. So I hope you do check it out. And in doing that, resurrect and nourish yourself. Nourish all those around you with your kitchen magic. See you tomorrow.